35-10 win over the UNC Pembroke Braves. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Mike, congratulations. Still a lot up in the air right now today, but you've done your part if you're going to make the playoffs in 2017. What about the effort of this unit today to race out to a 35-0 lead at halftime and then stiff-arm the Braves to a 45-10 win?
Well, I was very, very proud of them. We talked about what was critical was making sure we started fast and start fast and stay after it fast and then try to finish strong. And I believe we got that accomplished. I think I'm so proud of our effort. I'm so proud of the way that, I hope we still have a shot and get a chance to be in the playoffs. If not, finishing the way they finished, being able to see some adversity in their life a couple of times, 3 times this year. And we talk about those one snaps that kept us from winning. But they've handled that, and they handled it well, and they've come back, and they've molded themselves as a football team that you can depend on. They can depend on each other. They respond like you want them to be. They know they're accountable. So I just told them there in the locker room a while ago, I love them, and I appreciate them, and I admire them for how they've handle those things, how they've grown through them, and then what the future looks like for them.
A game that you burst out of the gates in a hurry on. Derek Evans, 79 yards to the house on the first play from scrimmage. What did that do to set the tone for this game?
Oh, obviously it set the fast tone because he sure hit it in a hurry. We run the midline option right there, and he made a great read off of it and had a lead back come up and lead for him inside the B gap. And gosh, when he burst through there, he was gone. Now it was awesome to watch. That was a great way to start. You all year long you talk about on the first series you want to score in the first series. Well, that set a new tempo right there, scoring on the first snap.
You score on the first snap and then go on to score on 5 of your first 6 possessions of the first half. Ground game worked superbly today, 61 carries for 383 yards. What was it about the rushing attack that proved to be so successful today against the Braves?
Well, they were playing in their coverage and the 4 across, and they were playing 3 over 2 on receiver and 2 over 1 on 1. And gosh, I got us in trouble because I tried to force one in there the second series, and it was open and would have been a touchdown, but that was me trying to force it. So they were going to play at that level and play at that level across the top. Then that made it a little bit softer in the running game.
Defensively, with the effort here today, turns out to be the second best rush defense of any team since the year 2000. UNCP doesn't have a rush longer than 13 yards, a play longer than 13 yards on the day. What about the physicality and effort of that group up front?
Oh, it was awesome to watch. Gosh, the way they got after it, they set the tone on the running game. They were filling gaps. And then those linebackers, our linebackers are running downhill as good as they can be. And Coach Hutzel, Coach Slade, Coach Reddy, and Coach Iruli, Coach Waits, they've done a great job with that defense. And those kids are aggressive, and they like playing at that tempo. We talked a while here about our offense being fast. Well, our defense likes to play fast too. So, I enjoy the tempo and how we go at it, and very, very proud of their execution today.
A unit, too, that features Jared Dillingham offensively, 1,000 yards for him in his senior season. Certainly not what you would expect out of him coming in, but injuries come up, and he rises to the occasion. How proud are you of him for what he's done on the field this year, and now to get the statistical accolade to back it up and etch his name into the record books?
Well, Jared is one of those guys that we talked earlier in camp and in the summer about next man up, and we were forced to have those next man up, be ready to go, and really he's the poster child for that one because he has really come along in his own right there and set an attitude and a tempo about it. So he made things happen. He made people around him get better. All right, and gosh, when you got those kind of kids on your football team, you got a chance to win.
We don't know what's going to happen just yet. This might be the final time that we chat on air here on the Eagle Sports Network this season. We might be talking next week, but how do you treat this game and the next 36 hours or so with a playoff berth potentially in the cards?
Well, I tried to buffer all of us did try to buffer last week because all those kids were hearing what they hear about this has got to happen and this has got to happen. And, we talked some devotions, some Bible verses about, hey, you can control just certain things, all right? This week all we could control was how we were going to play against UNC Pembroke, where we're going to play hard, where we're going to take care of our techniques and assignments, where we're going to respond when maybe things didn't go our way. That's what we could control. And I know they sounded like a preacher this morning, but that's all they heard from me all day today is how to respond the right way and respond like a championship team and respond like somebody that's putting themselves at a chance to be in the playoffs. And I was so proud of them. We're in there at halftime, and it's 35-0, and they're still getting a dose. All right, so they've responded well. They've come out, and their effort, I don't think anybody can challenge their effort. I don't think anybody can challenge their heart. And today and the last few weeks, I've watched them just enjoy playing. And that's what a coach wants to see for his players, just to have a good time and play.
If this is the end of the line for the 2017 team, what note does this do for your team to go out on, and what does it do if you're rolling into the playoffs next week?
Well, I told them we're meeting Monday regardless, all right? So we're going to meet Monday one way or the other. We're going to be together again. So they know that, and just told them, and I went in that locker room a while ago, and, it was a great win, and I think it had been the big score had kept it from being all of the excitement that normally we have around here, and had to get after him in the locker room about learning how to celebrate. Man, you win one like that, you need to celebrate even more. I thought somebody had hurt somebody's puppy when I walked in there, so I got after him a little bit. Say, hey, you need to enjoy this kind. You need to enjoy it. So I'm sure that they're right now. They're a little pensive about what's the deal? Is that my last game? Will I get to play again? Will I not? But goodness. They're one of the teams that get to be pensive about that. There's not very many that get to be in that position, and what a great year they have provided for the fans of Carson-Newman and this university, and just very, very proud of them.
Feels like they represented Carson-Newman pretty well.
Oh, I think so. I do. I think Carson-Newman's about heart. Carson-Newman's about making a difference, and I think this football team is like that.
Well, Mike, we'll talk tomorrow on the Coaches Show. Hopefully,
yes,
there's another week of you putting up with me.
Absolutely, man. That'd be a pleasure.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. We'll wrap things up at shopseeandeagles.com. Scoreboard update when the Domino's postgame report continues after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Is that all right?